Right, it is time for some pickups, otherwise known as a haul, and some of these are from the library, so it's a library haul and pickups, and it's a book haul, I don't have a card that says that yet. How is it possible I don't have a card that says that yet? Anyway, hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. So this is going to be the books that I've hauled in the past couple of months. I think it's May, June, and July, and I don't think I bought anything in August. Life is weird sometimes, eh? I definitely did a lot of reading, maybe, but I was working on my currently reading, so maybe that's why I didn't buy any books. Anyway, but these are the books that I bought in the past couple of months, and I'm going to start with the books that I got at the library. One of the things that I've really been enjoying recently is when I go to the library, I always look, or if I'm even in the neighborhood of the library, I look and see what they have on their cart out at the front, and that is a cart full of books that are available for purchase. They've either been withdrawn from the library or they were donated and are available for purchase. So I love doing that, and recently I have noticed that there are a lot of kids books, and to get kids books for like 50 cents or $1 or whatever it may be at that time is wonderful. So let's start with the library books, including this one, T-Rex. This one is by Molly Idle. I feel like I've shown this one before, but I think it was in a Friday Reads. Oh my gosh. And this is about, I think a brother and sister who invited T-Rex to lunch. To tea. So, yeah. So, tea time with the T-Rex. It was lovely. I really enjoyed it. I have read it, as you may or may not have been able to pick up. And also one of the things I've loved about buying kids books at the library is I just tend to read one a week. And so whether it's the ones that I purchase or getting them through Overdrive or reading them on Scribd, I really enjoyed reading kids books this year. It's been a lot of fun, and it's just really wonderful to read some in physical edition, and then I can always put them in the little free library or use them for art or keep them to reread depending on the book. So yeah, so T-Rex, this is one that I did read and I enjoyed. Also read and picked up The Farmer by, I don't know how to pronounce the author's name. All of the information will be listed down below, as always, including the illustrators. So, I don't know, Ximo Abadía? And this one, I don't remember as well. I have read this one as well. Oh, this one got a little damaged, and it was an award winner, Best Illustrated Children's Book, a New York Public Library, and I think that did incentivize me to pick it up. This one definitely has an interesting use of space and proportion, which is one of the principles of design, and so I did find that interesting. But I don't think the story, actually there's no words on that page. Is this a wordless one? Oh, is this a wordless one? Oh no, maybe. Yeah, no, there's some words. So, but really interesting use of space. So there's The Farmer. I also did read The Fishing Summer by Teddy Jam and Ange. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this one I think is, this one's Canadian. And this one, actually, I found this one quite sad. I will admit. This one was about someone who goes to where his family fishes, like the fishermen of the family live, but then also talks about how that isn't necessarily ways that something that continued to happen, So this one was a little bit sad. But that was The Fishing Summer. I did, so again, obviously I read it, and I love blue. Interesting art style with this one. Really interesting, I don't know what you would call that, perspective? Like, that's a really interesting angle. So there's that one. And then this one this one I purchased earlier in the year, but I love it so much that I wanted to share it, and that is A Rattle of Bones, a book of collective nouns by Kipling West, and this is literally a Halloween book of collective nouns, which is like what you call a group of something that is of the same noun, like a murder of crows. and I loved it. I loved it so much. So it's Halloween themed, and like, it's just so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. I would strongly recommend this one. See, there's a rattle of bones. So I guess the collective noun for bones is a rattle. A rattle. Oh, I didn't get it there. Say a rattle of bones. So this was a joy, and I should read it again. A parliament of owls. A parliament of owls. And it also has a story. So there's like the storylines, like the story sentences, and then an unkindness of ravens. Oh, that is actually a novel in the Walt Longmire series. I think it's the next one that I'm supposed to read. I don't know if I'm going to continue that series. But anyway, so this one's actually marked as a Halloween book. So that was a huge win. A very huge win. And I loved the witches in this one. Were awesome. A knot of witches. I loved it. This is great. Really love that book. So that was great. So those are sort of like the picture books that I got, and I read all of them because they don't take that long to read. And I know I got more, but that's what I had on the list. I don't know where the rest are. Anyway, and then I have some sort of like other stuff. So I also have Lunch Lady and the Schoolwide Scuffle by bye. The stickers over it. Jarrett J. Krosoczka, I think. Let's see, that's the copyright. As I said, all the information will be down below, including the illustrators, if the information was available. So this is actually a graphic novel, but it's a kid's book. It's a kid's book series, and this one was quite political. I was a little surprised. It was about, I think, the lunch lady. The school is sort of being overtaken, and they have to get the lunch lady who is not currently working there to help them sort of like take back the school. It was like as a kid you're not going to pick up on some of the things that I actually was like, wow, that feels like a bit more political than I was expecting from a kid's graphic novel, and it is part of the Lunch Lady series. It is the last one. I don't know if the rest are on Overdrive. I should check that out. I did find it fun. So that was a good one. And it's also, I always find it interesting when there's a limited palette. So you just have black, white, yellow, and I think sometimes gray. Yeah, and sometimes gray, which is always an interesting combination in terms of art. So that was fun. Also read Weird Blue Chicken. Oh no, The Case of the Weird Blue Chicken, and this is by Doreen Cronin, illustrated by Kevin Cornell. This is part of a series. The Something Squad, the Chicken Squad. And this is I actually don't know I usually call this an illustrated kids book. So it's heavily illustrated. The birds were great. And as a Torontonian, it was very easy for me to figure out what the Weird Blue Chicken was. That's not the mystery. There is a bit of a mystery. But so this one was fun, but I didn't love it. But I did really like the characterization of the different chickens and not a blue chicken. Not a blue chicken. So it was fun. I don't know if I can continue the series. I think there are more. But I did enjoy reading it. So that was the Chicken Squad, Weird Blue Chicken. Now the one that I'm currently reading, which is The Adventures of Sir Lancelot the Great by Gerald Morris, illustrated by Aaron Renier. I'm like, yes, I'm someone who does that now. It's on my glasses to read. So this is, again, another sort of like illustrated chapter book. Is it a chapter book, illustrated kids book? I'm not sure. This one I'm not loving. It's got some interesting illustrations. But I mean, I'm only halfway through, so we'll see how things go. But I do like adventure stories, and I always like stuff that's King Arthur and Arthurian. So I haven't read a lot of Arthurian this year, but so I got at least one in. That's the last of sort of the illustrated or the really sort of like easy quick reads. And then I did get, this one might have shown up in a different haul. So I have Hardy Boys Comic-Con Artists. This is Hardy Boys 21. And this is the all-new Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys Undercover Brothers. So I guess it's like the Nancy Drew Files, you know, kind of thing, where it's like Hardy Boys is the main series, but it's a new iteration. It's definitely a newer title. This one is from 2008. So I haven't read any Hardy Boys. I thought it might be fun to read some. I'm still trying to find like some easy reads. So when I pick up something that feels like it might be a good fit, I pick it up. And when I see something that's a good fit, I pick it up. So this one's only like 200 pages or so, maybe not even. Oh yeah, it's like 180 pages. So I haven't tried it yet, but that is in the mix. Also, similar theme, I also picked up Hardy Boys, The Tower Treasure, which is the first Hardy Boys. This is Franklin W. Dixon, so this is the, like, original series. This is a reissue. This is from... So it was originally published in 1927. Wow! And then this one is from 1987. So these are, like, akin to Nancy Drew. I imagine, you know, they are sort of... Oh, are they not illustrated? Oh, no. So they do have illustrations in them. So haven't read either of those. So those are two. And the one that's actually, I have one more kids book, but I bought it new. And that is, I did buy The Last Fallen Moon by Gracie Kim. This is the third and final book in the Gifted Clan series. And it's part of the Rick Riordan line. And I really, really enjoyed this. This was a buddy read with Izzy and Kid Kelly. And I really enjoyed it. And when we read book 2 early in the year, I reread book 1. So this entire series I read this year, and I just really loved it. Oddly, I think the second book was my favorite. This was not my favorite. Usually the finale is my favorite, or the first one, but I do really like the first one. So it's also because sometimes when it's like the finale, like you're so worried about things because you're not sure how things are going to land that the first read can be a little tense. So it's definitely a series I would reread because they're all around 300 pages. It's urban fantasy, kids, mythology, witches, magic, gods, like just all the things. I loved it so much. So overall, the series I really loved. So that was the one of the only new books that I purchased in the past while. And then I have my wonderful 5 books that I got from Value Village. Now, Value Village is a place where when you go, for books, they have buy 4, get 1 free, but the 5th book is always the lowest price books. So I always buy books that are the same price, no matter whether it's I go and get a bunch of like fantasy or a bunch of art books or anything I get, I always get the same price books. So this time I went with some category romance books. So I'm really excited to share these. So first up I have, where do I want to start? This was the one that got me. This was the one that I'm like, I've literally not seen this kind of book in print since I was like 10 and at my local library, and that is a Sweet Dreams book. So this one's Lovebirds by Janet Quinn Harlan, and then they also had another one, Secret Identity by Joanna Campbell. This one I know that I've read, but this one I haven't read. I don't recognize the cover. But these books with the chicken, is that a chicken? It looks like a rooster. Is it Bantam? See, it actually says YA romance. This is what YA romance used to be. And these would be in the teen section at the library, and I would always go and get whatever ones I hadn't read yet. And I definitely spent one summer going to the library like almost every day and picking out books to read. And I went to the teen section, and I bought these, and I got these, and I also got like adventure stories or sci-fi or mystery, type stuff. But this is what it used to be. Like, this is what the game was like, and these are like 150 pages. Like that one's 142 pages, and this is 164 pages. So like now when I see YA and it's like 4, 5, 6, 700 pages, I'm like, this is what I grew up with. Like, these are it. And to see them in print, like, I know you can get them, you can read them on like Internet Archive. I've seen them there. And I don't know if they're available like as ebooks, but I was thrilled to see them. I was with my sisters, and I ran over to my sister Susie, and I'm like, do you remember this? And she's like, I think I had that one. And so like, yeah, they were you know, I haven't read them yet. Maybe I'll save that for when I finish all my currently reading as a bit of a, I don't know, motivation or excitement, or I can't think of the word, but this was just, I have not, as I said, I haven't seen these in print since I was a kid, so it was very exciting to see that. I did also pick up 2 Harlequin Presents of the when are these from? These 19, someone wrote, like, someone actually wrote that. February 83, 85. It's hard to tell. So this is Dolphins for Luck by Peggy Nicholson. I will be honest, I picked it because it had dolphins in the title, and that has a sort of sea, you know, or boats. Although, does he have the, yeah, oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, he wore a heavy gold ring with 2 bold dolphins. There better be real dolphins. I want real dolphins. Oh, it has someone's name. I won't show it, but I didn't know that they used to do this. Okay, so I just wanted to check the year for this, but someone wrote their name in there, and I'll show you why with the second one. So this is February 1985. So I guess these came out around the same time, right? Because these are from the 80s. Does this have the year in it? Ages 11 and up. So this is 84, and this is 85. So they are the same vintage. And then this one, the next one, I have Bitter Encore by Helen Biankin. How could they take up where they left off? They hadn't been allowed an ordinary courtship or a normal marriage, but nothing could erase the memory of a wild, sweet passion they shared. Wild and sweet, eh? That's a little bit of everything. Okay, so this one actually has in the front a nameplate. This Harlequin Presents belongs in the personal library of, I have never seen that before. I'm going to have to ask Sarah from Steeped in Books, the Bookish Knitter. Novel Expectations. I've been watching Sarah's channel a long time. Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, I'll have to ask her if she's seen that before. I have not seen that before. This, I imagine she has. This is also from 85. So yeah, so these are contemporary romances from back in the day. And again, I mean, they're like 200 pages. Short books are working for me. And then the last one I got, and I was happy that they did add it into this category romance sort of thing, even though it doesn't quite look exactly the same. I got Adam's Fall by Sandra Brown. This is a Bantam book, and so it's, what does it say? Yeah, romance. $5.99 from 1988. So, and then, this one was issued in 1994. But I haven't read Sandra Brown before, but I do know that she is one of the favorite, or if not one of the favorite authors of Nicole, from Who Picked This Book. So when I saw this at the store, I thought I would give it a shot. Although I've read the back and it does sound a little tense. a little, not like, just the story sounds a little tense. So, yeah, but it's under 200 pages. Oh my God, look at the title page. Like, the chapter titles has these flowers, and it's also here on the pages, on the edges. I've never seen that before. So, yeah. So, I'm really excited about that. This was a good deal. I can't remember. They're more, the most recent time before this that I had gone to Value Village, they used to be 99 cents for Harlequins, and then buy 4 get 1 free. So for $5 after tax, ish, you could get $5. So I think they're now $1.19 or $1.39 or something like that. So it did go up, but I don't think as far as $1, maybe it's $1.49. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know. It was a deal. I got all of these for, whatever, $6, $7. And that was, honestly, I would have paid that just, well, maybe not. Maybe not for one of these, maybe for both. But I didn't have to, because I got those for that set. So I am really, really happy with how things landed with all of these book hauls. And I obviously have been doing some, thrifty goodness with the actual thrift store, but then also going to the library. I love seeing what's on the cart. And initially I was because I've been going pretty consistently this year. And initially I was a little sad that it was mostly kids books, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting like kids books for like 50 cents to $1 each. How could I not be happy about this? So I changed my perspective on that, and now I'm thrilled and I look forward to it. I really, 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 I gotta leave that one out because I want to read it again now that we're getting to that time of year. So this has been my library book sale Value Village haul plus one book from Amazon. Am I going to be able to do this? Is this not a good idea? I'm not sure. I'm committed now. So it's like Jenga. I'm not taking a block from the middle. I'm not doing it. So there you go. There's my, I don't know, it's about 15-ish books that I've picked up in the last several months. And I'm really happy that I read most of them. I haven't started any of the romance, even though they're 200 pages. So that's saying something. But I have been very committed to finishing what I have been starting. And since May, with the Currently Reading Challenge month, the focus was that. But since then, I pretty much have been reading one of the romances on my Currently Reading since then. So hopefully my plan is to finish all those titles by October 31st and have a fresh start. And who knows, maybe one of these 5 titles is gonna be a pick. Oh wow, some of these are from a library, but they were at the, I guess someone got them from a library book sale and then they ended up in Value Village. Oh wow, this one's stamped too. October 13, 1983. So that probably was a library one too. But I don't see any library indication on here. Aw, to Heather, happy 11th birthday from Teresa. I missed that. I didn't miss that. I flagged it. I'm glad I was just meant to be to share that moment. See? And that's the other thing too, is like I did read these when I was that age. They weren't like they were labeled as teen, but I read them earlier, not these, the Sweet Dreams. The Sweet Dreams. I read those when I was sort of 10, 11. Yep. So anyway, let me know, have you gotten any books recently? Have you enjoyed getting stuff from the library or your local thrift store? I have been having a lot of fun. I'm feeling pretty good. I've read a fair amount of these. It's just not the romances and the mystery and the Hardy Boys. The romances and the Hardy Boys are the ones I haven't read yet. Well, I will get to them, and it's much easier to read, a 40-page picture book than even a 160-page novel. So I've made consistent progress. I mean, it's only been 3 months, and I've read, I don't know, more than half of these. So I think that's good. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that, and more to look forward to, which means probably time to go back to the library and see what they have on the cart now. We'll see. I'm sure that's gonna happen. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this haul, and I will be back soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching.